red chili pepper. Quite an explosion of flavor. All right. Take care. Have a great evening. Hi, I'll be right with you. Please have a seat. Welcome to Remy's Ramen. How can I help you? All right. And how many Pokemon will be dining with you this evening? 5. Perfect. Any ramen for yourself or just your Pokemon? Just your Pokemon. Excellent. All right. Did you just come through the Salt Flat Desert? No, I thought you looked a bit weary from your travels. Most trainers who make it through the desert enjoy a nice rest stop here at Remy's Ramen. My partner, Slowbro, and I, we make the best ramen this side of Sinnoh. We've been working up our patented recipe ever since we met on my adventure in Pokémon Island, so I can assure you it is tried and true. So, let me walk you through the procedures and we'll get your order started. We do start with a nice just base ramen, and then of course we add in our special ingredients, spices, sauces, everything that's going to perfectly meet the taste preferences of each of your Pokemon, and we will serve each of them in a nice small cup. Okay, so let's go ahead and run you through your base options. We have a nice traditional soy sauce base ramen here. Of course, these flavors are just flavors. The actual label ingredient is not present inside. So there's not soy sauce in the packet or beef or chicken or anything like that. It's just the base notes of what to expect with your ramen. So we have a traditional soy. We have a beef-inspired ramen here as well. This is perfect for any of your Pokemon that like a full and hearty taste. We also have a wonderfully delicate chicken flavor. This is excellent if you need a dish that's perhaps just a bit more lean, or if you have a Pokemon who has restrictions for caloric intakes or anything like that. And then for just a bit more of a smoother flavor, we have your creamy chicken flavor. So any of these bases will provide a nice foundation for your ramen this evening. Alright, I'll give you just a few moments to decide. Are you here in Salt Flat City for business? Are you here training with your Pokemon? Are you here to challenge the gym for the Pokemon League challenge? Here to challenge the gym. Well, I must warn you, Kanan, the fighting type gym leader at the Salt Flat City Gym, has quite the record and does not lose often, so I would consider carefully before challenging. But I must say that a nice ramen meal for your Pokemon is a perfect choice before embarking on such a challenging battle. Alright, do you have your decision? You'll go with the traditional soy. Excellent. Alright, well, I will ever so slightly open the package and put your ramen into the bowl here and then walk you through the rest of the steps. We like to prepare the ramen right here at the table to just provide you that authentic style and experience that Slowbro and I are so passionate about providing our customers. So just bear with me and I will open your package. Alright, we have a nice solid brick of ramen, and we will place that into the bowl. We have a nice, steaming hot kettle of water, and we will allow this to soak just for a bit. And we do have just a moment to allow your ramen to soak, so you can kick back, relax, feel free to let out your Pokemon and let them enjoy themselves as well as we let that steam rise and your ramen soak and become ready for consumption. Alright, then I'll just prepare a few things. We have had a busy night, and we have had a lot of customers come in this evening, so we want to make sure that we have everything in order in between services. So, how many gym badges have you earned so far? 2, perfect. And what direction through the desert did you travel? From Canopy Forest. Alright, that's a tough journey. Well, you look like you've weathered the storm, per se. I hope you enjoy your stay here in Salt Flat City. Are you familiar with the city at all? Oh, well, yeah, actually, this city is set upon a large plateau. The Canopy Forest blends perfectly into the plateau and becomes desert, as you no doubt witnessed. The interesting thing about this area, though, is that the entire Salt Flat Desert used to actually be a large salt lake. So this entire area was at one time underwater. Of course, now it's a bustling city. The legend has it that years ago there was a earthquake that emanated from the Arinar Region and caused a fissure in the side of the plateau, and the water from the salt lake drained into the foothills and into the ocean along the coast. Unfortunately, in the process, the coastal city of Sunnyport was flooded and largely destroyed. Never really recovered either. The city even changed its name to Sunken Port. It's now a place of spirits and ghost Pokemon, but has managed to regain some of its lost structure and move on in a new and slightly more depressing manner. But the one good thing about the draining of the salt lake was that a lost temple that was underneath the water was uncovered and quickly attracted visitors and people mining for rare minerals, gems, and fossil Pokemon, and thus the city of Salt Flat City was formed, and here we are today as a bustling epicenter. Have you been to the Salt Flat ruins yet? Really, you should stop by before leaving town. There are famous stories of explorers and trainers alike finding Pokemon fossils and gems and things like that, so it's worth at least seeing. It's quite marvelous. But, of course, that's up to you and what type of adventure you wish to partake in. Looks like your ramen is getting close to being ready. So what we'll do is we will take out individual portions and add them to each cup, one for each of your Pokemon. That way each Pokemon can enjoy their sauces and spices that they would like, and the overall batch is not affected. Just a bit more stirring here. Alright, it does look like we are ready to begin serving. So, Pokemon, get ready to enjoy the best ramen of your life. So first up, Marshtomp, you look quite hungry there. We will begin with you. Excellent. You can see how the noodles string up to the surface, which is a sign of excellent preparation. Now, what type of sauces or spices would your Marshtomp, of course, enjoy? Sure, I can take you through the options here. First up, we have a nice custom house blend of soy sauce. This is made with only the finest ingredients. My slow bro became a master of utilizing soy sauce in its time on Pokemon Island, serving ramen before, of course, we partnered and opened up this ramen shop here in Salt Flat City. And it has taught me its methods for creating the perfect blend of ingredients to have a tart but still somewhat sweet taste in our soy sauce. So we have traditional soy. We also have mined here from the salt flats themselves. We have a nice sea salt. As you can hear, it is crisp and offers just a nice blend of flavors to even the most bland of noodles. Like I said, the lake that once called this area home was a salt lake. So of course, when the water drained, the various cave systems that were once underneath the surface of the lake became salt mines and are now utilized in procuring some of the finest salts in the region, and perhaps any region. So we have some salt there. We also have, for just a bitter taste, slightly bitter, of course, we do have some parsley. We source our parsley directly from Johto, the old town nature of that region provides some excellent crops and agricultural possibilities. So, if any of your Pokemon enjoy a nice bitter note to their ramen, then I can wholeheartedly recommend our parsley for just a bit of a kick and spice. We also have our crushed pepper. Yes, you've guessed correctly, from the Kalos region. Something about the Kalos region produces the finest pepper. We haven't been able to replicate the taste and effect it has on our ramen from any other region. So if any of your Pokemon like just a bit more spice but not quite heat, then I think the crushed pepper would be perfectly suited. Now, talking about spice and not mentioning the heat provided from our Kanto red chilies would be foolish. This is the finest chili powder that you can find. Of course, we utilize our network of Pidgey delivery systems to import these spices and sauces from various regions, no matter the distance. Of course, being so close, just down the mountainside of the plateau, being so close to Sunken Port City, that is, we have access to the port and the various shipments available. So we are able to get spices that are otherwise hard to reach in our location. So if any of your Pokemon would like just a bit of heat with their spice, the red chili pepper will be perfect. Last, if a sour and slight zest is preferred by your Pokemon, then I can wholeheartedly recommend our finest garlic, sourced surprisingly from the farmsteads outside of Glimmer City. Of course, Glimmer City, best known for its crystal caverns and gemstone-lined caves, also produces some of the best acidic soil, most likely due to the underlying crystal formations beneath the surface of the ground, which makes the perfect scenario for growing excellent garlic. And just a brief journey north of Sunken Port, it's quite close for us to procure. So, what would your Marshtomp like for spice and sauce? Alright, just a dash of sea salt. Perfect. A bit more? Not a problem. Okay, and what else? The house soy sauce. Excellent. Just a bit of sweet and salty flavor. A bit more. Perfect. Alright. And the next step is, of course, the mixing portion. Let's go ahead and get that perfectly mixed for your Marshtomp there. Alright, Marshtomp, please do enjoy, my friend. And who's next? Sheldon, I thought you looked hungry. What would you like on your noodles? Alright. So just a bit of sea salt. Water Pokemon usually enjoy the sea salt quite a bit. That's enough. Excellent. And any sauce or other seasonings? No? A sensitive palate? Not a problem. Let's go ahead and get that sea salt mixed in there for your Shelter. Alright, Shelter, my friend, please do enjoy that ramen. Duskull, I see you floating there, eagerly awaiting your cup of noodles. Let's go ahead and get you all set up and ready to enjoy a wonderful meal. Okay. And Duskull, what seasonings would you like? A bit of bitterness. Excellent. A bit more. There we are. Anything else? Crushed pepper. A ever so slight dash of spice. And your mix. Is there anything else you would like? Alright. Duskull, I do hope you enjoy that greatly. Tinka Tough, what can I get you? Alright, let me get your noodles added first. And there we are. Now, onto that garlic. Just a bit of zest. I can oblige. A bit more, not a problem. And there we are. Any sauce? Ah, soy sauce. I knew you looked like you would enjoy a bit of our house blend. And your chopsticks to mix. Tinka Tough. Bon appetit. And last but not least for your little Pokemon there, Toxel. Toxel, let's go ahead and get you a big helping. You look like a growing Pokemon. Ah, fresh from the egg. Perfect. Well, I think we can help it along its way. What would your little electric Pokemon like? Ah, a bit of spice and heat with your chili powder. A Pokemon after my own heart. A bit more, quite bold. And anything else? Crushed pepper, of course. I should have known with the electric type. Often a brave palate. And soy sauce. Quite an explosion of flavor. Quite scrumptious indeed. That is a generous helping, and I do hope it makes your Toxel fighting fit. All right, Toxel, please enjoy that meal. Well, is there anything else I can get you? Your Pokemon look like they're digging in and enjoying their ramen. Please do let me know if there's anything else I can do to help guide you through your stay in Salt Flat City. And good luck against Kanan. Let me know how your gym battle goes. Alright, well, do enjoy your ramen. I will just simply clean up a bit here and allow you to enjoy your food. Pokemon, it was great meeting you. Please enjoy.